This meeting is being recorded.
Hello and welcome to WassupWV. On this episode, I'll be talking about the first ODI between India versus South Africa, which was played at Lucknow. Ekana Stadium is a very good facility. It's a fabulous ground and the pitch is full of runs. But both the teams had to go through a little bit of frustration having to wait because of rains. That is something that sports persons don't really enjoy, having to wait when they're ready, all geared up, all prepared to get out and get some action. But they had to wait because of rains, and as a result, the game was truncated and it was made a 40 over per side game, which meant that the plans had to be revised. The team management had to really think about their combination as well, because whenever a game is altered at the start of the game itself, there will be a great temptation for the captains to try and see if they have to make a change or two. So, however, the South Africans did a very good job batting first because the conditions would have been slightly tricky. The pitch would have been tacky. But what happened there was that after a little bit of hiccups at the start of the innings, bavuma once again failing to make an impression. He's not at the best of times, but it was obviously a challenging time for him the whole of yesterday. It's a test of character for any captain if he's not in the best of form personally, but has to keep rallying his side and do the right things in order for his side to win the game. But South Africans were helped by healthy contributions coming from Dickok. Then, of course, Miller has made it a point to make his mark whenever he plays in India, be it the IPL or in the bilateral series. He was extraordinary last night. And of course, then he was also helped by Klassen, who was brilliant as usual. He was eventually declared as the man of the match, but nonetheless, one should not forget the fact that its contributions from three of them, which made South Africa put up a formidable score of 249 on the board. A chase of 250 was going to be challenging, especially when the pitch showed a lot of signs of helping the slower bowlers and also helping fast bowlers like Ngidi and Kaigo Rabada, who could take the pace off at will and the two bowl with enough control. 250 or 40 overs is going to be a challenge. And what happened was that the top order of India collapsed. Prithviraj Gaikwad was obviously trying to play himself in, take some time, but again, he felt the pressure as well when he was dismissed. And there was a stage when it looked like India were going to crumble in a heap, but thanks to Shreyas Iyer and Sanju Samson, it was a script of a different order. However, what happened was that Shreyas Iyer was dismissed after he got to his half century. His innings was a mixed bag. He was very fluent against the spinners on a track when the spinners had some purchase from the surface, but nonetheless, he was not really looking as confident against the fast bowlers as he was against the spinners. But it was a useful half century. It set the tone and also provided a little bit of encouragement for Sanju Samson. Sanju Samson started off slowly. What was interesting was that he adopted a different tactic. Normally, he's one who likes to get onto the front foot, play shots through the line, and try and play lofted shots as well. But we did see Sanju Samson realizing that the ball is not really coming onto the bat, chose to stay back at the crease and look to play more of the back foot. That was not a bad tactic. Yes, as at one stage everybody would have felt Sanju Samson was not really getting a move on, but he had it planned. He had to ensure that he was there right till the end, and he was also left with the task of having to bat with the lower order batters. Shardul Thakur once again came to the fore and made a mark. That's what everybody loves about Shardul Thakur, nicknamed the Lord in recent times. He does make a contribution, be it when he bowls or when he bats. And he was there helping Sanju Samson put up a good partnership and try and take Team India uh, close to the line. Sanju Samson, in the meanwhile, was pacing his innings well. He was really not taking any chances against the spinners. Of course, the South Africans exhausted all their reviews. Shamsi must be obviously feeling bad that he was instrumental in exhausting the reviews far too quickly, because there was one particular situation, one particular incident where if South Africa were to have the reviews, they would have gone up for review and it would have gone in their favor. But again, cricket is all about ifs and buts. And this is where the captain also has to take a call on reviews based on both what the wicket keeper and the bowler feels, because the bowler will always feel that it was definitely something that was in his favor, or he was confident that the batter was out. But that perhaps cost them dearly, because Sanju Samson stayed till the end and launched a fantastic onslaught. He was brilliant, and there's been a lot of talk about Sanju Samson frittering away all the opportunities that have come his way. But yesterday it was good to see him bat deep and not get ruffled by what is happening around him. He's got all the talent. We know that. There's never been any doubt as far as Sanju Samson's talent is concerned. He's always been good. It was just a case of him trying to reinforce to himself and also to the fans that he can succeed on more occasions in international cricket. Yes, this particular innings would have given him a lot of confidence, not only because of the number of runs he got, but also because of the situation in which he got those runs. And the responsibility that he took upon his shoulders and came out with flying colors is something that would have taught him a huge lesson, which will stand him in good stead in the future. South Africa managed in the end to hold their nerves and to go past the line, but the credit should largely go to uh, the bowlers who held their nerve till the end. Bavuma took a bit of a gamble, keeping Shamsi for the last over. Bowlers do need to have the confidence of the skippers, but it was a little bit interesting that Bavuma kept the wrist spinner for the last over, because whenever a shot was played into the deep, the ball, when it pitched, it was creating a divot like it happens on a golf course or on a golf green. The conditions were getting better because of dew, and it would have also been difficult for the wrist spinner Shamsi to hold the ball properly, grip the ball properly, and obviously the pressure is always there. Even if you are bowling with a cushion of 30 runs in the last over, the pressure is bound to tell on you. Sanju Samson almost pulled it off, but in the end it was too much. There are days when the opponents are far better than you're good. So that's exactly what happened at the Ikana Stadium in Lucknow. South Africa did well and they go one up in the series. But let's not forget the positives as far as India is concerned. They've seen Kuldeep bowling really well. And of course, Sanju Samson, until now, who always gave people the impression that he's flattered to deceive, has come good. He's played a very good knock. Maybe this particular knock will be the launching pad for Sanju Samson's international career to take off to a different level. This is going to be an interesting series, folks. Let's not have any two notions about it. South Africa have really done well in this store so far, and we will see some exciting cricket in the remaining couple of ODs as well. So, thank you for joining me, and I will be back with you after the second ODI, and I would look forward to your company. Until then, take care and stay safe.